My name is Ogyan, and I've dedicated the last 4 years of my life to improving my social skills. And in that time, I made some pretty decent progress, and I've even been able to help out a few guys to achieve similar results. And one thing which I hear from a lot of guys who I speak to, which is a pretty big problem, and it's honestly even something that I've had a problem with for a while, is a lot of guys tell me that the reason that they're not social and the reason that they're not getting girls or speaking to more people or more confident or social is because they live in like a small town, small place where there's not very many people to approach, not many girls to approach, right? There's not many opportunities to be social, right? And a lot of the time, right, what ends up happening because of that is they never even end up going and leaving the house in the first place because of the fact that they believe that there's no point in doing so because they live in such a small town, right? And now we're talking some guys, they tell me they live in like a 1,500 person town. Some guys tell me they live in like a 500-person town. Some guys tell me they live in like a 50,000-person town, and they tell me it's like a small town and they don't have anyone to approach. So just by that, you can tell that it's pretty much just down to your perception. Because I literally, as I said, it's like some guys will tell me, oh, I live in a pretty small town, I don't know who to fucking approach. And they live in like a 50,000 person town. But then there's other guys who I speak to who live in like a 2,000 person town, right? And they have no problem with getting their approaches in, speaking to girls, doing all of these things. It all comes down to mindset at the end of the day. But a really good thing, right? If I just ended the video here, then that would be kind of dumb, right? Oh, just have a different mindset. I like doing things more actionable and kind of more practical, right? So let me ask you this, right? If you're in a similar position like that, maybe you live in like a small town or even like a village with not that many people, is there some other guy in that village who's maybe a similar age to you, maybe younger, maybe a bit older, who has the confidence, charisma, the social skill, the social life that you want? So then you just gotta ask yourself, what is that guy doing differently from you? What is he doing that you are not doing, which is bringing him the social life and confidence and charisma that you want? And then once you figure it out, you just start doing that. Or let's say you just can't figure it out. He's social, he's got friends, he lives in the same, let's say, fucking 200 people person village as you, but you just can't figure out what he has that you don't. You can literally just go and ask the guy. If you already know who he is, there's no reason that you couldn't one day just call him up and be like, hey man, you want to hang out? You want to go for a cup of coffee? And then just ask him like, hey man, you don't have to ask him autistically like, how are you so social? You could just be like, hey man, like, what does your usual day look like? What do you do over the weekend? You collect up some information and he'll just tell you because like you're having a normal conversation. He'll just be like, oh yeah, every single weekend I go to this place. And a lot of people go to that place and then I just speak to those people. Or I have these friends who I met at this place and then we go to this other place and we do this thing every single day at this time, and maybe he even invites you. And maybe if you are able to, you can become friends with that guy. He's gonna start taking you and you're gonna start hanging out at places where he hangs out, meaning automatically now you're putting yourself in situations where you have the opportunity to be more social, to meet other people, and to improve your social skills, right? Even if right now your mind is kind of thinking like, oh, I can't just call him up, that's kind of weird. We don't really hang out, we just know each other, whatever. It's like, there's nothing fucking weird. Like, the reason you think it's weird is because your brain is making you think it's weird, right? And the way the brains work is whatever the brain thinks, it makes you believe that it's 100% true. But your brain only believes what it believes based on your past experiences and what you've seen, right? It's not the objective reality. Meaning, the only reason it's awkward is because you feel like it's awkward. So if you just reframe and you realize, like, listen to my fucking brain, it's not awkward. They'll probably have him on Instagram. You've probably spoken a few times before. You could probably just call him up and be like, hey man, what you doing over the weekend? I was thinking we'd go out maybe for like a cup of coffee, chill a bit. And of course, there's always a chance he's gonna be like, no man, I don't want to hang out, whatever. But chances are, right, if he's not like a complete fucking dickhead, he'll just be like, hey man, sure, let's go chill a bit. And that's where you can start talking. That's when you can meet him a bit better. You can become friends. And then through that, naturally, you'll just start hanging out with him more. If he's like a super social guy, that means he goes to those social places. He's going to take you there. Boom, now your ball started rolling, you're meeting all these other social people, you're putting yourself in more social situations, and your social skills are improving, even if you're in this like small place, not a lot of people, not a lot of girls, where you didn't know what to do previously. Now, of course, this goes a bit deeper, but again, the essence is just think to yourself, is there another guy who's super social, confident, all of these things that I want to be, who lives in the same place, or at least somewhere around? Probably. Okay. What does he do that I don't? Oh, okay, yeah, he does this thing. He goes to this place. He hangs out with these people. And then you just copy that because that guy has found the specific strategy for improving your social skills in your area. So instead of you having to fucking go and figure all of this stuff out, you just copy what that guy did and you get the same results. If you found this video helpful and you want to learn one-on-one from me, you can check out the first link in the description. You can also check out the second link, which will take you to my free community where you can meet other guys who are on the same path. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. You can click and watch this video and do the work.